We're good. Everyone else good? All right. So I should turn this on. There we go. Welcome, everyone. Looks like I'm pinch hitting today. The mayor and Councilwoman McDuff are not feeling well, so they won't be joining us this evening. So let's get to it. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Lawrence Township Council being held on Tuesday, May 16th, 2023, has been provided through the posting of the annual meeting schedule, said council, in accordance with Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act. Said notice was forwarded to the Trentonian, the Times, and the Ledger on December 11th, 2022. Madam Clerk, may we have the inspiration and Pledge of Allegiance, please?
May we carry out our work at this meeting in a just, honorable, and sincere manner, always bearing in mind our duties and continuing to keep Lawrence a wonderful community in which to live. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May we have the roll call?
Mr. Bobbitt?
Here.
Mr. Kaneki?
Here.
Mr. Powell?
Here. All right. Seeing no special proclamations, recognitions, and presentations, I'm going to open the floor to public participation, 5-minute limitation per speaker.
We're going to make this short and sweet.
I thought you two were going to try to combine for 10 minutes.
Not at all. Hi, my name is Paul Larson. I reside at 170 Darrow Lane. I'm the chair of the Township's Trails, Open Space, and Stewardship Advisory Committee. We just wanted to come up here tonight to update you with some results that we got from the community conversation that was held earlier this month in regards to possible acquisition and development of the Lavender Farm property. So I'm going to turn it over to Dave Mazanka, who's on our committee and is also president of the Lawrence, or the Friends of the Lawrence Greenway. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I'm David Mazanko by Village Court, and I'm here representing the Trails and Open Space Committee, but as Paul says, I'm wearing another hat. I'm also with the Friends of the Lawrence Greenway, which was one of the nonprofit organizations that sponsored the community conversation held on May 1st. And you have copies of the report. So what those nonprofits did was they reported to our committee, the Trails and Open Space Committee, and asked us to forward on the information to council and to the council manager, and we have done so. I'll speak very briefly about what happened at the meeting. We had 24 people from the community. Basically, we invited people who live to the west of 206, someplace between Long Park Avenue and Lawrence Road, and also Acres Crossing Village. And we had 24 area residents came back. And the result of the community conversation in a few words was, we like it. So to elaborate that one for a little bit, we talked about how the current condition is, particularly about that it's within the floodplain and that there's some potential perhaps of flood mitigation for downstream where flooding has occurred. And also it opens up an opportunity for passive recreation and conservation on the Lavender Farm property. We distributed a street survey, and the survey had one question and a Facebook comments. The question on the survey was, how do you feel about preserving the 5.4 acre parcel along Shabbat Creek, known as Lavender Farm, as a township park? And the responses were 15 felt favorable to it, 3 felt neutral, and 0 were against it. The people who were favorable just basically sum it up. The comment was that we would love it as a park. And As for the people who were neutral, basically they were looking for more information as to how it might be developed. But overall, the people appreciated the opportunity for some passive recreation and exposure to nature if it's developed for conservation. And that's what we want. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask you a quick favor,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Masinko? Could you close the door behind you?
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks. I appreciate it, and thanks for your comments and for having that community conversation. It's helpful for us to hear that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor, I have a comment just as just to follow up.
Yes.
To report to you all that I did reach out to the listing agent for that property, indicated that the township did have an interest and that I would like to meet with her to discuss the issues that are involved. Right now, our understanding of the condition of the property is inconsistent with the current listing price, and that's going to be where our decision is going to lie, because I think it's perfectly situated in an ideal location in an area of our town that could really use it. So we just have to work through the issues.
All right, thanks for the update, Mr. Manager. Anyone else for comment? All right, last chance for right now. You'll have it later. All right, I'm going to close public participation. We'll move on to review and revision of the agenda.
Yes, we have a revision to table ordinance 11A and add resolution 18H7.
I think we may be able to just act. We do have a quorum. We don't have 4 votes, but we have a quorum. And if the majority of the quorum acts, I think we can move forward.
I think
You
that
think
we should,
so?
I think we should move forward regardless, because this has been going on since February. And we could research the law with regard to whether or not what a supermajority is. I think we're fine to proceed, and I'll defer to Mr. Roskis with regard to that.
Okay, so
Right.
then we're just doing the,
Yeah, this
So
is,
we'll
yeah,
just
we'll
add-
amend it and we're just looking to add resolution 18H7.
All right. Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
All right. Number 8, adoption of minutes of previous meetings.
Unless there's an objection, I'll move 8A, B, C, D, E, F in a block, regular meeting, February 7th, February 21st, 2023, March 7th, 2023. And there was corrections to the, that all council received from the clerk, April 4th, 2023, and April 18th, 2023.
Okay, great. I didn't see the corrections.
And May 2nd, 2023.
Okay. Is one of them this?
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right.
Second
Can we
before
just
we
hold on
vote?
one second?
One second.
It's just a moment, that's all. So instead of implicated, it should be.
It's implicated.
You got that?
Yeah, those were the changes. The changes were redlined and given to the council members before the meeting.
I did-
assume
I read that.
everyone got those.
Yes.
Yeah, we reviewed.
Yes, I received those and reviewed them, so. All
Okay,
right, shall we have the vote?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
All right, do I have a motion for 9A?
Yes, 9A, number 170, authorizing awarding bid number 23-05 for Craven Lane sidewalk extension.
Second.
Mr. Manager?
Yeah, this is work to be done at the designated street under a grant, also under our various road improvement programs.
I noticed it was another grant-funded project. so
Yes.
Well done. Any conversation? Anything from council? Any questions from the public? Seeing none? Do we have a vote?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes,
All right, 10, introduction of ordinances. Do I have a motion for 10A?
sure. Move 10A ordinance number 2450-23, an ordinance amending chapter 435 of the Lawrence Township Administrative Code entitled Vehicles and Traffic as it pertains to Lawrenceville Pennington Road.
Second.
This is being offered for your consideration to designate areas for restricted parking to accommodate the creation and striping for bike lanes to incorporate into the Great Western Bikeway project. This is the area of the roadway between Keith Road all the way to Hopewell Township.
May we have a vote? Roll call.
Mr. Babbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
All right, 11, adoption of ordinances. Do I have a motion for 11A?
I'll move 11A, ordinance number 2447-23, ordinance amending ordinance 2228-16 by the Township of Lawrence, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, in order to revise the description of the improvement herein.
Second.
Mr. Manager?
This is for acquisition of certain improvements to the police building under our bond ordinance, and requires the municipal governing body to approve the additional descriptions to be used under that ordinance, under the bond ordinance.
Any questions from council? Any questions from the public on 10A? Seeing none?
Mr. Babbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Motion for 11B?
Move 11B, ordinance number 2448-23, ordinance providing for various road improvements, mill and overlay, including all work and materials in and by the Township of Lawrence and the County of Mercer, New Jersey, appropriating $1,697,462.29 in state and local fiscal recovery funds, SLFRF Tranche 2 revenue replacement, and appropriating an additional $775,000 in capital improvement funds for a total of $2,472,462.29.
Second.
Mr. Manager?
This is all part of our road improvement program. It designates the roads to be improved.
Any questions or comments from council? Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none?
Mr. Babbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
May I have a motion for 11C?
11C, ordinance number 2449-23, ordinance appropriating $5,185,000 from the capital improvement fund for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Lawrence and the County of Mercer, New Jersey.
Second.
This is consistent with the passing of our municipal budget that creates the appropriation for the amount indicated.
Any questions or comments from council? Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none?
Mr. Babbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
12, managers report.
I have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Attorney's report.
The court entered the order adjourning our mediation and dispositive briefs in the Trenton Waterworks case. We are going to wait for DEP's expert to generate the 3 reports I have related to you in the past, and then we'll go back to court in December, hopefully with a lot of useful information. But the order was entered by the court.
All right, good stuff. 14, clerk's report.
Just a few things about the primary election. It's June 6th. Early voting will be taking place on June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Also, today is the deadline to register to vote. Okay, they can register online. And that is about it. Oh, June 1st, there will be the award ceremony for the policeman awards, and I gave that to you. I will be calling you about signing those 48 awards.
Be happy to.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, 15, unfinished business. 16, new business.
Mayor, I'd like to
Sorry.
say something about new business, which
Yes.
really should have been during my manager's report, but I'm taking this opportunity.
Nice catch.
As you know, we received notice that our recycling collections for next year and thereafter is skyrocketing almost 80%. And it's for all of the Mercer County municipalities. I'm scheduled to meet with the director for the county next week to discuss it, but he's already had these meetings with my peers from other municipalities and basically is saying, these are the costs. this is the cost involved in transporting and finding places to deliver the recyclables and things like that. I would like to invite municipal managers, business administrators, and mayors of strong mayor forms of government to come to our town for a meeting to discuss this issue globally and whether we can come to some type of agreement on how we could reduce the charges in terms of whether we support a more to automate their system. Right now, they have a truck with three staff members collecting, and Greg Whitehead has done his research in automation could really streamline the costs with regard to it. It will require all the towns to buy into getting new bins, to work with the new machinery to automate and collect. And it's something that I wanted to kind of get everybody together to see if we're all in it together and we all agree to provide some support to this endeavor by purchasing the bins or whatever, just to get a conversation going with everybody and to see where to land. Because right now, they get to say whatever it is and we just have to deal with it unless we get together and say, is there another way to do this? So it's a globally shared service type of situation that I'd like to do, and I'd like to get your support in hosting that.
Thanks for the update. Councilman Powers?
Manager Nowinski, I think it's a great idea. Are there any towns left that still do in-house sanitation? Are they, nobody has like their own, is everybody outsourced it in the nursery?
I have not taken a role of the sanitation part.
Yeah, because that's what I'd be curious, because that would help in terms of personnel too. If somebody still is doing it, I doubt.
I can tell you that we're at a price point now where all municipalities are now to reflect, wow, are we at the cost where it makes sense for us to bring it back in-house again? Everybody took it out when the 2% cap came into place, and we, thought, okay, this is a good way to reduce staff, reduce health insurance, reduce pension, all that. But right now, the costs are so high, we are at this point where we need to assess whether or not it makes sense to bring it in-house. I don't think we're there yet personally, but that's a discussion that my peers around the county are grappling with.
Thanks. No, I'd be in favor. At least let's have the conversation with.
I don't think it hurts. I just want to make sure we can host it here, and you're all welcome to attend.
Yeah, and also work in partnership with MCIA to say, hey, we're thinking of these ideas. Does it make sense to, revisit it? And that's for you all to figure that one out.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take cooperation and buy-in from all the municipalities if we're going to move the needle with MCIA.
Okay.
One last question.
Yes.
Do all the contracts for the other municipalities expire when our contract expires, or that's part of
all the same?
Okay, good.
Yeah, a little more leverage. Good to know. All right. Anything else under new business? Anything else that you might want to revisit? All right. All right. We're up to public participation. 3-minute time limit. Anyone? Going on? All right. I'm going to close public participation. 18 resolutions. Do I have a motion?
Once a mayor, always a mayor. So Mayor, I'll move 18A1 through H7 in a block.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Babin?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
All right. 19 council initiatives and liaison reports. Anything happening soon, Mr. Kanaki?
So next weekend, Memorial Day service will take place next weekend, 10 o'clock, starting at the high school and then at our Veterans Park. We tried to improve it some this year. We have Captain Paul as a Grand Marshal for something different. And it's for all the work he'd done for the military first responders and everything. So I thought it was a good suggestion from the board to nominate him for it. But, if you're available, 10 o'clock, we kick off and we end up at Veterans Park.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else? All right, written communications. I see there's a Health Advisory Board application. I think we should probably review it and then. All right, so
Okay.
we'll review it. I know there's a few on my
Okay.
committees that I'd like to just
Okay.
review and maybe we'll move them as a block and during the summer months.
No problem.
All right, and I believe we have executive session. All right, motion to go into executive session.
Mayor, move to go into closed session for the regular meeting to discuss Faulkner Act investigation.
Second.
All right, thank you all.